Valentine's Day, a time for love, romance, and sweet gestures. But beneath the chocolates and roses, there lies a darker, more unsettling side to love. Across the world, eerie and creepy Valentine's traditions remind us that love is not always gentle. It can be haunting, cursed, and even deadly. These are not stories of happily ever afters, but of lost love, bitter revenge, and spirits who never let go. Prepare yourself, for this journey will take you through love's most chilling and haunting traditions. In Malaysia, the written word holds power, and not just in love. A long-standing superstition warns that writing a love letter in red ink is a dangerous gamble. Some believe it seals the intensity of love, making the bond unbreakable. Others, however, whisper of a darker fate, that ignoring such a letter invites sorrow, loneliness, or even an unexplainable streak of misfortune. Stories tell of lovers who disregarded these letters, only to watch their relationships crumble. Some claim they were haunted by visions of their lost love, while others speak of mysterious accidents following them. A simple letter, a simple color, yet the consequences are anything but simple. Not all Valentine's messages were declarations of love. In the Victorian 19th century, a cruel tradition emerged, Vinegar Valentines. These cards were not filled with poetic confessions, but with scorn, mockery, and even curses. Sent anonymously, they ridiculed recipients for their appearance, personality, or even their very existence. Some were meant to humiliate unwanted admirers. Others seemed almost like a twisted curse of eternal loneliness. The impact of these cruel messages was devastating. Some were so harsh, they drove people to despair. Others, targeted at supposed spinsters and fools in love, carried the weight of social rejection. Love may be blind, but hatred sees all too clearly. And for some, these poisoned words left wounds deeper than any arrow Cupid could shoot. In the Philippines, Valentine's Day isn't always a celebration of love. For some, it is a day of mourning. Known as the Black Valentine's Day, heartbroken individuals take to the streets dressed in funeral attire, carrying a coffin that symbolizes the death of love. It is not just an expression of grief, but a ritual to banish painful memories. Some inscribe their former lover's name on tombstones, symbolizing a final goodbye. Others whisper curses into the coffin before it is buried, ensuring that the heartbreak they endured never comes back to haunt them. A funeral for love. A chilling reminder that love can die, but its ghost may linger. Love, when betrayed, can turn into something far more sinister. In South Korea, some heartbroken lovers take revenge through the bleeding heart ritual. A name is written on a paper heart, pierced with pins and soaked in red ink. Some believe this symbolizes their bleeding heart, while others claim it serves as a warning or a curse against the one who wronged them. Some say the ritual has no effect, just a cathartic release, but others claim that those whose names are written suffer sudden misfortune, unexplained illnesses, streaks of bad luck, or even troubled sleep filled with whispering voices. When love turns to hate, sometimes even the supernatural takes notice. In parts of China, love doesn't end with death. If an unmarried person dies, families may arrange a ghost marriage to ensure they are not lonely in the afterlife. These unions are not mere superstitions. They are deeply rooted in tradition and filial duty. Some families even exhume bodies for symbolic wedding ceremonies, binding two spirits in an eternal spectral union. These ghost marriages are believed to bring peace to the dead and harmony to the living. Without such a union, it is feared that the restless spirits may haunt their families, longing for the companionship they never had in life. It is a love story written in ashes and shadows, one that transcends the boundaries of the living and the dead. Valentine's Day is named after St. Valentine, but his story is far from the romantic fairy tale we celebrate today. In the year 269 AD, he defied the Roman Emperor Claudius II's ban on marriages, secretly uniting lovers in the name of faith and devotion. His defiance cost him his life, arrested, beaten, and ultimately beheaded on February 14th. But death did not silence his legacy. Today, his skull, enshrined in Rome's Basilica of Santa Maria in Cosmedin, serves as an eerie symbol of love's endurance, gazing through the centuries upon those who seek his blessing. Some say the relic holds a mystical presence, granting favor to the faithful or casting doubt in the hearts of those untrue in love. Pilgrims bring roses and letters, offering their devotion to a saint who died for love, while his lifeless remains watch over them in eternal silence. Yet, as the dim church bells echo through the halls, one question lingers. Is it a blessing to pray before the beheaded remains of love's patron, or a chilling reminder that even love, in its purest form, may come with a price? In Hungary, love does not always come naturally. It must sometimes be sealed with magic. For centuries, witches and folk healers have crafted love-binding spells, using personal items such as hair, nail clippings, or even drops of blood to tie one soul to another. The rituals were intricate, requiring whispered words, moonlit nights, and offerings to unseen forces. Those who sought these spells were desperate, longing for a love so strong that no force, earthly or supernatural, could break it. But love, secured by magic, is not without risk, for interfering with fate often comes at a terrible cost. A successful spell could make a heart burn with passion, turning indifference into undying devotion. But a failed spell could bring suffering, obsession that twists into madness, unbreakable bonds that become shackles, or in some cases, a curse that lingers long after love has faded. There are whispers of lovers who vanished, bound by enchantments, gone wrong, their spirits still searching for release. In Hungary's shadowy past, love and magic were often intertwined, but as many soon discovered, tampering with destiny may win a heart, but it may also steal a soul. Long before Valentine's Day, love and fertility were celebrated in a far, more primal way, through the ancient festival of Lupercalia. This Roman tradition was anything but tender. It began with the ritual sacrifice of goats and dogs, their warm blood smeared onto the foreheads of young men, believed to bring strength and virility. Stripped of their tunics, these men then roamed the streets, wielding whips made of animal hides, lashing at women who willingly placed themselves in their path. A strike from the sacred leather was thought to ensure fertility and an easy childbirth, an act of devotion through pain. The festival was a chaotic mix of love, lust, and ritual violence. For some, it was a game, a playful if brutal tradition. For others, it was an offering to the gods, a way to ensure fortune in love and fertility. Lupercalia blurred the line between celebration and savagery, its wild energy pulsing through the streets of Rome. Though the festival eventually faded, its spirit endured. Centuries later, when the Christian world sought to replace pagan rites with new traditions, Lupercalia's essence transformed into a different holiday, one still dedicated to love, but stripped of its blood-soaked past. In Mexico, Valentine's Day is not always about romance and devotion. It has earned a darker name, My Bloody Valentine, due to an unsettling trend, a rise in cartel-related murders around February 14th. Some believe that the day of love is cursed, as declarations of affection have eerily coincided with acts of brutal violence. In certain regions, couples whisper their love in hushed tones, fearing that too much attention, too grand a gesture, might draw misfortune. For some, a romantic dinner might be interrupted by the sound of distant gunfire, a reminder that in certain places love and danger walk hand in hand. It is a chilling paradox, a day meant for love tainted by bloodshed. Reports of high-profile assassinations, cartel feuds, and tragic murders tend to peak around this holiday, leaving many to wonder if love itself can be a harbinger of doom. Some say it is mere coincidence, a statistical anomaly, while others believe it to be an omen, an unspoken rule that Valentine's Day in some parts of Mexico is not a day to celebrate, but to survive. Amid the red roses and heartfelt confessions, shadows lurk, turning love's most cherished day into a chilling reminder that passion and death are never too far apart. In the heart of Verona, lovers from around the world come to Juliet's tomb, leaving behind letters filled with hope, longing, and desperate pleas for eternal love. They believe that her spirit, immortalized in Shakespeare's tragic tale, blesses those who love purely. But not all who visit leave with their hearts intact. Some whisper of a curse, one that punishes those who betray love. Legends say that the spirit of Juliet watches from the shadows, her presence felt in the eerie silence of the crypt. Visitors have reported strange whispers, flickering lights, and an overwhelming sense of unease. Could it be the restless soul of a girl who died for love, seeking justice for those who take love for granted? Some scoff at the idea of a curse, dismissing it as mere superstition, but countless stories tell of visitors who returned home only to face heartbreak, betrayal, or unexplained misfortune. Those who were unfaithful or insincere in love speak of eerie coincidences, lost engagements, sudden breakups, even financial ruin. Some say it is just chance, while others believe Juliet herself ensures that love, once broken, is repaid with sorrow. Whether it is a warning from beyond or the weight of guilty hearts, one thing remains certain: love that is not true does not escape her gaze. Love has always had its shadows, curses, ghosts, rituals, and revenge. Across the world, people have sought to control, bind, or even destroy love through eerie traditions that refuse to be forgotten. So this February 14th, when you exchange your tokens of affection, remember, not all love stories end with a happy ending. And sometimes love doesn't die. It lingers, it haunts, and in some cases, it strikes back.
Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.